back to the Off-Flight Podcast. I'm here with my co-host Bailey.
Yo, what's up?
We got Jeff Ware, aka Media Lab, in the building today, and a special guest visiting us from Los Angeles.
Hello,
Jessica Flores.
What's up?
Hey, thanks for making the trip out here.
I love it out here. I've been to Pasco multiple times, and it feels good to be back.
Awesome. So we'll dive into your story a little bit more, but just to highlight for the viewers today,
Yes.
Former USC soccer player.
Yes.
Worked for Power 106 Radio in LA.
Yes.
Disney Radio, or Radio Disney, I should say.
Yeah.
And a whole plethora of other businesses she's worked with Nike and all that. So we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But hey, I want to, Power 106, just mentioned that. Can you give us a little intro, Power 106 intro for us? a little 10-second bit.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be pretty sick because you got all the experience.
Yeah,
so
I got you.
I'm just curious.
It would be something like, hey, what's going on? It's Jessica Flores, Power 106. We're about to give away some tickets right now to go see Schoolboy Q. I know you guys like it.
Schoolboy, that's my
I
dude.
know you guys mentioned yesterday, you guys want him on the podcast.
Yeah, I love Schoolboy.
Something like that, something casual, maybe bring up a little bit of a topic or something.
Okay.
But I love radio. Like, I live for it. It's
That's
definitely like an art form, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's awesome.
That's how it feels, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, you're a natural. We can already tell. So
How'd you get your foot in the door to start doing radio?
To start doing radio, oh my God. Well, okay, so like you mentioned, I played soccer at USC, and then I realized very quickly I'd find myself kind of not focused in sports as much, and I wanted to get more involved in radio media. So I don't know, I started interning different places, and I started just kind of knocking on whatever door I could, because I wasn't born with connections. Like, my dad works at a tire shop,
Okay.
So it was just whatever you could do, you do. I started off as an intern taking out the trash, just whatever you can do. That's how you start, because LA is very cutthroat, and you just kind of have to start building a pretty solid foundation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Did USC, it's a prestigious university, so did that help you get your foot in the door with these internships to get things started?
Definitely, for sure, because USC, there's a lot of really, well-connected people, which is the upside of going to a school like that.
Yep.
You can make it no matter what. You could go to a community college. If you bust your ass, you will make it. But for sure, I would definitely say, like, there was a lot of great career fairs, and you'd go and be able to network. And yeah, that's where I could for sure be like, USC.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And those internships, so one was Skee TV.
Yeah.
Correct. And then the other one was, how many internships did you have?
A lot.
During USC?
Univision, Skee TV, Dash Radio, which is Skee TV. And then, from there, like, straight away, I think my sophomore year is when I got Radio Disney. That was like my first big. But I'm not going to lie, y'all. Like, when I got Radio Disney, I had never been on, like, radio in my life. Like, I wanted to die. I did not know what I was doing, but you know what? You fake it till you make it out here, honestly.
Yeah. No, that's dope. How long were you at Radio Disney for?
On and off, like 4 years. Off, like 4 years. But Radio Disney, I only did like weekends. I did like the little small shows.
Okay.
But I remember the first time I was on Radio Disney. Seriously, I wanted to die. Like, because I went to like a career fair at USC. I walked up to this booth. It was Radio Disney. And I was like, I want to be on the radio. This girl was like, have you ever been on radio? And I was like, nah, but I want to be on Radio Disney. She's like, okay, well, give me your resume. I was like a freshman in college. And then she gave it to like the PD, which is the program director. Mm-hmm. And he ended up calling me a couple months later. He's like, I want to meet you. And I was like, okay. I went down to Radio Disney. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I've never been on radio. Why am I meeting with this person? Like, literally, I was like, imposter syndrome. Like, it was so bad. I went, and then, I met with him. He made me audition for like 8 months.
Okay.
Like, sending an air check. And then I ended up doing a live audition. It was the scariest thing of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that like, a live audition? Just real quick, maybe cover that.
Live audition is like, you're basically a trial. Like, you're actually on Radio Disney. He put me on at 4 a.m. So you're not like on prime time, but it's 4 a.m. In the East Coast, that's like 6 a.m.
Yep.
So people were still listening, but oh my God, I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Really?
My mom was driving me to the radio station. She's like, how are you about to be on Radio Disney if you've never been on radio before? And I was like, Mom, I have no idea, but I'm going to figure it out. And then he gave me a 1 month trial, and then I ended up getting the job. And that's why I say, always just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. No Nike, but just do it.
Just do it. Exactly. Yeah.
Sweet. So then Radio Disney, that catapulted you into Power 106 after that.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So with Jay Cruz and Just Incredible.
Yes.
So shout out to LA Leakers. We're big fans.
Really?
We're big fans.
Oh
yeah,
my God. God,
Yeah.
I produced that show.
Yeah, that's awesome. So talk about that, because that's super interesting. I know a lot of people that are probably watching us, you know, they're into hip hop probably for the most part.
Yeah.
So Power 106 is a powerhouse in the country, but especially LA. So maybe talk about that experience and how, you know, working with Jay Cruz, Just Incredible, maybe some other people. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the way I got connected with Power 106 was I was in class freshman year astrology. I remember it. I DM'd Jay Cruz on Twitter and I was like, wow, I'm a fan. I want to learn more about radio. Like, can I pick your brain? He DM'd me back and he was like, yeah, I like your vibe. Come meet me at the station. And I was like, okay. So I went to the radio station and then we became friends and he would invite me up all the time, which is why, like, don't be afraid to shoot your shot online.
Yeah,
shoot your shot.
That's a takeaway.
Yeah, shoot it, because you never know. What's the worst?
Shoot
they
or
leave
shoot.
you on red. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
that's
who cares?
fine.
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. So he actually ended up responding to me, and he was like, "Come up." I met with him, and then he would invite me often because we had hella vibe. And then there was one day where I recognized that his producer wasn't there, and I was like, "Where's your producer?" And he was like, "Oh, you know, he's no longer with us. We're looking for a new producer." I went home. I typed up like 5 pages of different things they could do, or bits, or like why I should be the next producer, even though I had never, like, I was like, what, a freshman, sophomore in college. So I was like, I didn't really know what I was doing. But again, it's like, shoot your shot. You never know. He loved what I ended up writing. Like, long story short, I ended up getting hired there. And then I ended up producing the next show, which was The Liftoff at the time.
The Liftoff.
Yeah.
What does producing mean? I mean, I feel like there's people out there that are like, what does a producer do?
Okay, so producer is basically everything behind the scenes. So right now what we're doing, you guys are talent, right? Talent. But okay, producer is the person that is basically handing you a paper saying, this is who you're interviewing, these are the facts, these are the questions you should be asking, this is where the conversation should go, these are when the commercials are gonna play, and then you're basically running the shit, and then the person that's the talent is actually executing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the coach.
Yeah, the coach. Yeah, the coach out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was such a good time though. Yeah.
That's crazy. So how long were you at Power 106? For a couple of years, right?
Like 2 years.
2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you remember your like intro, like the intro or for the radio show?
Oh yeah, it would be like a spaceship.
Okay.
You mean like the intro to
like how you presented that for Liftoff. Yeah, 'cause I'm just kind of curious if you remember it.
Of course. I remember it like it was yesterday. We'd get lit every night. It was like a party every single night. It was such a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then so Power 106, so Just Incredible.
Yeah.
Like, did you work with any other like super dope people out in LA, or people that, you know, musicians that came through, and did you host any musicians? And
Okay, because I was producing, I wasn't actually on the mic at that time.
Okay.
I was young. I was like 21, 22 when I was doing this. So yeah, I mean, everybody and their mom would come. Like, I remember like Chris Brown coming, and I was like, I had
crazy.
to chill because I was like, okay, like I was super new in the industry, but I was like, okay, I know I have to like be professional. But all these people would come through, and obviously Justin and Jay Cruz are like super veterans. They taught me everything that I know. I owe my entire career to them, honestly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to them. Thank
Yeah,
them for everything.
Love you guys.
So then after Power 106, what was your next stop? Because you've done a lot. A lot. So what did you do after Power 106?
So after Power, I worked at Musical.ly, now TikTok, which is it's the same app, and I was Latin partnerships manager there. So I was basically managing the app for all of Latin America. Actually, in TikTok, I was the first person hired for all of Latin America.
Really?
So I was like curating the playlist. I was working with all the record labels, and because I had my hosting background, I was also doing everything on the red carpet. And yeah, that was a whole nother era on its own. I feel like there's like multiple lives. I feel like,
definitely. That's
we all
all
live, right? Like,
we all live.
We all have our own chapters in life, like our college years and stuff. That felt like a whole nother chapter on its own.
What year was the Musical.ly? When did that kick off?
Right when I graduated college.
Right when you graduated college? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the red carpet, what's that like? I mean, none of us have ever experienced that. So is that just like
red carpet?
Yeah, like what's that?
Okay, can I be honest with you?
First time, yeah.
It is not what it seems like on
Overrated?
TV. Oh
Overrated?
my God, it is so overrated. Like, you cannot pay me enough to do another red carpet. It's just like, I just felt like you're begging for interviews on the carpet. You're like trying to ask people questions, and I don't know. It's like this huge facade, honestly, is what it feels like. But it was a good time. Like, at the time, like, I was excited about it. But after you do it, like, a couple times, you're like, okay.
just kind
You're
of
like,
over it. And
a little bit, yeah. And I don't mean to sound like, but like honestly, you guys, it's not as, I guess, glamorous as people think it is.
Yeah, when you're on screen, you know, we're watching it from your couch or wherever you're watching it. It just seems so hyped up and glamorous. You got all the celebs walking, but those are just the highlights. But
honestly, the celebs are human, just like us. Like they're, and sometimes it's hard to see that because they're so glamorized. Like they're so up there, and they're amazing. Like they're super talented. But yeah, it's not what you think. I feel like.
Who's your favorite celebrity that you've met?
That I've met. Oh my God.
Who's the coolest?
Oh my God.
We saw a video earlier with Tory Lanez.
Oh,
Is he dope?
Yeah, he was cool.
He's dope.
Yeah,
but not your favorite though. I could tell.
He was,
He's cool.
no, he was
I just
cool.
wanted to poke that in there.
He was cool. Who was cool? You know who I really found out over was Celine Dion
Celine Dion
and Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay.
Those were two of the two people that I interviewed that I can honestly say like, wow, like that was legendary, iconic.
Do
for
you
sure.
like what's a memorable experience from having that conversation or just
Oh,
meeting
my
them?
God.
You know, what was that
Okay.
first impression like? I guess.
Oh, Celine Dion was the most humble, beautiful, professional, just gracious person ever. And it's funny because it's the most iconic people that I feel like are the most humble.
Yeah.
Because
cool.
even when I was at like Power 106 or like Cali, the reggaeton station that I worked at, it was like the up and coming people that came in there like I don't know, like
Acting like hot shit.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, whatever. But it was like the people that have been in this game for so long, and I think that's what gives them longevity is because they're super humble. Like they know how to act, they're professional, and that's So Celine Dion for sure.
But that's a common
Love you,
thing.
sis. I probably asked her like 2 questions, but yeah.
Yeah, starstruck.
I feel like that's
I
a
don't
common theme
hate
for
that.
like celebrities though, is like they start off super hungry, so they have to like put on like that demeanor. I mean, I feel like sometimes, like for example, I think of sports and I think of like Conor McGregor. He's like this huge, massive star, and he like when he was first coming up, he was like, "I'm the best in the world," and then he like has a family, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm just gracious to fight you." You know what I'm saying? Like everyone, like people have that like transition. I feel like once you reach that
their
level, you're like, it's
progressions.
more than this. You know, I want to give to people and whatnot.
That's so true. Actually, Conor McGregor had gone into Power 106 while he was at the height of, you know, the way he would
No
talk
way.
and
Dang.
stuff.
So
you
I
were
remember
like-
being there. I remember.
you were there?
Yeah, I didn't talk to him or anything, but I remember seeing him in the studio and like Jay Cruz was interviewing him, and he was talking his shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like this is a personality right
Really?
here. Like, yeah.
So he portrays himself like on IG and through everything. Like he's kind of the same personality.
He was
in
the same.
person? Okay.
On the interview, he was. I think when like the mic was off, he was a little bit more chill, but yeah, he still had that same like energy.
That's his
for sure.
brand.
It's
so,
business. It's
yeah.
business too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his brand. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, definitely. So after that, I kind of want to take. So Nickelodeon, you were nominated for an award, correct?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Listen.
Even a nomination. That's pretty
Listen,
wild.
I have no idea how this happened. I remember waking up to the news and I was like, what? I was so confused, but obviously like thankful. I
Yeah.
lost, obviously. Like
The nomination is a
the
win.
nomination
in itself,
enough.
You know,
It was best
That's crazy.
musically like video. And I was like, which one? Because I was not like that good at making videos, but it was, I didn't even, the weird part was I was working for the app at the time and I
Okay.
was nominated for an award for the app because I was still like making content on there.
Okay.
It just, it was like a weird dynamic, but I remember because I was working with the influencers. The influencers I was working with were also nominated in my category. So I had no time to get camera ready, like, or carpet ready. I walked the carpet like looking ragged. Like it was an interesting time, but it was a surreal moment for
Surreal
sure.
moment. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, congrats on that nomination. I know it was a few years back, but still, that's a great accomplishment.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, I mean, we can dive into a lot of different stuff, but some of the campaigns you've been working on as well have been crazy. You know, J Balvin and Mi Gente and a couple other big artists like
Despacito.
that. Despacito, we saw that.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
So I know we were all curious. We were talking earlier. You know, what role did you play in curating those campaigns and launching them?
Yeah. Okay, so like I mentioned, TikTok, we all know what TikTok is. Before it was TikTok, it was an app called Musical.ly, which was still super viral, but it was more so catered to like the younger generation, like Gen Z. So when I was working at the app, okay, so basically I would be talking with like a Sony Music, Universal, all these big record labels. They would send me a song, and I remember getting Despacito in my inbox maybe 1 month before they dropped it, or Mi Gente, or like these really huge viral songs right before like this huge Latin boom.
Okay.
And it was my job to distinguish whether I felt like it was going to be like this huge song or not. And so I remember when I got Despacito, I told the whole Musically team, I'm like, this is a really big song. Like, this is going to be a big song. And I kind of had to fight a little bit for it because nobody really believed in Latin music at that time. It was like 2017. Yeah. So I had to really fight internally, like, and be like, this needs to be seen globally on the app. Because on the app, you could show it, you know, locally in just Latin American countries or just Asian countries or globally. And I was like, this needs to be like globally seen on the app. And so I worked with Luis Fonsi's team to basically get it visibility globally. And it ended up getting this huge, massive wave of people making songs on the app. And then from there, it became super global. I mean, the song in itself would have gone global no matter what, because it's so amazing, right? But I remember like that would be the case for a couple songs. You just kind of see if the song is like going to be popular, and then you create some sort of hashtag or challenge on the app, and then it would get millions and millions of creations and views and plays on the app. So that would basically be like the role.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was fun.
So just having an eye for what's hot is basically it. That's crazy.
To a certain extent. Cool. But the crazy part with that role is you're getting so much pressure from these record labels. They want every song they release like to get global visibility and stuff. So it's just kind of like sifting through it and saying, okay, like, what do I feel like just needs like maybe to be on a playlist, or what deserves an actual like hashtag visibility on the app, if that makes sense. I know you guys, maybe you guys don't understand because you guys don't know what the app is, but it's like you open the app and there's like a challenge like right there that you open up to, and that would be my job to figure out, okay, what deserves to get visibility that week or that day.
So when you're picking those songs, you know, to see which ones blow up, is that kind of just like that you want to promote within the app? Is that kind of like just a feeling, or are there certain like things that you look for?
That's a good question. I think it would depend on like the artist. Obviously, if the artist is like a J Balvin, then no matter what, you already know it's gonna blow up. But also, you want to give chance to these up and coming artists. You don't want to just discriminate just because they're already popping. So I would try to like be as, I don't know, like open to new songs. And if I felt like it was gonna be good, you try your best. But yeah, there's a lot of politics involved also, because with my job, they want results. They want people making, you know, videos to whatever song you put on there. So I'm kind of in this point where I'm like, okay, I need to, you know, put on what's popping, but also put on new artists. So it was like this interesting balance. But
were there any songs that came into your inbox that was maybe a smaller artist then that's now maybe a bigger artist that maybe you played a role in helping?
Okay,
get
so
that spotlight?
In 2017, Bad Bunny, nobody knew who he was. I remember interviewing him backstage at the Latin billboards in 2017. He was walking around, and I do remember his publicist being like, do you want to interview him? And I remember I was like, okay, yeah. I did a boomerang with him. I interviewed him, like maybe asked 2 questions. The very next year, Bad Bunny, untouchable. Really? I couldn't even interview him. Yeah. He blew up. And then I remember in 2017 also, they emailed me a song called Creepy Crush. No, creepy, 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 creepy. I don't know if anybody knows that song. But I remember they sent me that song. They're like, Bad Bunny, he's going to be big. Let's do a campaign. And I remember I was like, okay, I'm down. I did a hashtag for him. But my boss was like, no, this song's about weed. We can't do it because this app is for younger kids. Yeah. So they denied it. Really? They didn't allow the actual campaign to actually happen on the app. And now, I mean, Bad Bunny is one of the biggest artists in the world.
Big time.
Yeah.
So that would have just catapulted everything if they would have released it and let it roll, probably.
Yeah, he did his thing. Like, he didn't even need Musically. He already took off on his own. But it's just crazy to think, like, where people start, right? Like, he wasn't born big, but he put in the work. And now look at him. He's one of the, if not arguably, like, the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah, he's pretty big. I think he was just in Portland recently.
Really?
So, yeah. Portland or Seattle, somewhere nearby.
So so is Bad Bunny really big in this area? Or?
I think just globally. Yeah, he's already made that, that mark. So I got a bunch of friends.
We all have a ton of friends that listen to him.
Yeah, exactly. And
Oh,
I've heard some songs. I don't even listen to him, but he has some bangers. So
yeah, he does.
You gotta give him his
Bad
kudos.
Bunny's hot here. El Alfa.
El Alfa.
Yeah,
Hey.
J Balvin. Yeah.
You love Selena. You've been singing. Are you capable to do a little 10, 15 second little bit?
Listen, do you hear this voice right now?
Oh, it's fine.
It is gone.
It's gone. I mean, you don't have to, but
it was a long night. I'm looking at my best friend behind the camera right now. I would have been down, but my voice is gone. But yeah, Selena's like my idol. She's the reason for everything. Like
really
she's
for everything.
100%.
Dang.
Cause like I would watch her movie. I would be obsessed. Like every day I'd tell my mom, play the Selena movie, and she was my inspiration for wanting to be in music. I started singing because of her. And I started doing radio because I fell in love with music because of her.
Okay.
So yeah, I wouldn't be here without her.
Did you like the Netflix docuseries that they did on her?
I did. I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it. Wait, actually, fun fact.
It's kind of been. I've heard like both sides. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. The ones that I feel like a lot of people that didn't like it, they knew like her background, her origin. They've watched the original movie. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's.
I think the interesting part about that is like if you really know Selena, then you know there's so much more past the movie. Like people were like hating on her hair, and like yeah, I get it. The wigs were a little bit crazy, but that's literally how her hair was when she was younger. She literally dressed like that when she was younger. She was much more shy. She wasn't. I think the family, because the family actually helped produce it, and my friend actually helped produce it, and actually my really good friend played the brother. In the series.
Oh, really? What's his name?
AB.
AB? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, AB Quintanilla.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I can't remember.
So he did an amazing job, by the way. But either way, I think people hated on it because they weren't used to seeing that side of Selena. They're so used to the movie. They're so used to J-Lo.
Yeah, that's right.
Anybody that tries to follow up J-Lo in that series is going to fail. Sorry.
That's tough.
It's a tough gig.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough gig. But I think my biggest thing was I wished if I could critique it, I would wanted to have seen a little bit more dancing and singing in the performance aspect because that's where she thrived.
Yeah.
That's where she was a star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it was pretty minimal. Like, I mean, every other episode, I mean, they could have had, longer performance or, every episode could have had some kind of performance implemented into that. And it was just super minimal. It was more storytelling, but I mean, that's just how they wanted to take that direction.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, J-Lo's a dancer. She's a singer. She's a performer. She killed it. Like, she imitated her down to a T. But the funny part about the Selena series is I actually remember Selena's lawyer, who's my really good friend, actually sent me the script and I auditioned and I almost got it.
You almost got the Selena role.
I almost got it.
Jessica Flores almost got the Selena role.
But I did not because guess what? I cannot act for shit. I can maybe like dance and stuff, but I cannot act. I'm not an actress. So.
Well, if you want to hear her sing, her Instagram, we'll put it here, and you can check out her videos because she's actually really good. So
thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's why I kind of wanted to put you on the spot, but no, it's all good. You don't have to. You don't have to. But so you auditioned or you almost did it?
No, I did. They sent me the script, but because I can't act, I would have never gotten the role. But I think like the imitating and the dancing and the singing was like that would have been more so where I would do better at. But yeah, it was a good time.
I have a question. So
tell me.
Networking seems like that's been a big part in like your growth, right? Like USC that opened doors for the internship, right? And now you're on the radio station, you're meeting people, right? What's your philosophy behind that? Because I feel like that's a big thing these days, right? Meeting the right person opens doors and whatnot. So do you have like a philosophy behind that? Or do you just try and be nice to people and things happen?
I think it's honestly a little bit of both. Like this business, you'll get burned so quick if you're a shitty person. I think like the industry is so much smaller than you think. And when I say like the industry, I mean like the music business.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's super connected. So even when I was an intern, from being an intern to a producer, you just have to be humble and you have to just be kind to people. Doesn't matter if you're the janitor that would come in and sweep like Power 106's floors, or it doesn't matter if you're J. Cruz. You're going to treat everybody the same. Networking is everything though. Like skill set is one thing. Working hard is one thing. The other part is honestly who you know.
Right? I mean,
100%.
Yeah, I mean, you can learn so many things, but you can't learn something if you're not put in that position, right? Exactly. It's like with radio, like you didn't feel like you even belong there at first, but then you just did it, but it was because of a connection.
It's because you make friends, and then it's not even just like, let me connect with you to use you or social climb. It's like, okay, I want to connect with you because you're a cool person. I like you. Let's build, and it's just more genuine that way. And then also, you become depressed if you're just connecting with people for the wrong reasons. Like, how depressing is that?
Yeah,
you want to connect with people because like they're, it's
all about providing value.
Yeah,
for each other.
Exactly. It's like not even just like work value. I think emotional value. Like that's why I love J. Cruz and Justin so much, because they believed in me when I was like no experience. I was like, I'm ready to go. Like, I will work harder for you than anybody else. And they believed in that. And that's why I owe them literally everything.
Yeah.
Like they gave me my first big shot. Yeah.
Well, we're super thankful for you to be on here. I saw what you were doing, and I thought that was dope. I mean, going to USC and playing soccer within itself is sick. I mean, being on the radio, I mean, that's nerve-wracking. We were super nervous for episode 1 for this, We were like...
right? And now look at you guys.
Yeah.
And guess what? Next episode is going to be even more comfortable. Yep. Like, the first person I ever interviewed was YG, and I was like this. So tell me about. I don't even. Crazy. Oh, I remember what I asked him. I asked him. I was like, I had one question with him. They're like, you have one question. I was like, okay. My hand was like shaking, and I was like, if you were in college, what would you major in? That was my question to him. And I think he was like high or something, and he was just like, basketball. I was like, okay.
Get a master's
Anybody, anyway, this basketball. Is USC TV. Like, oh my God. I was so nervous. Like, nobody's ever born doing something well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it takes time. But yeah, he's like, basketball. I was like, damn. I was like, I don't know what else to say after this. Like,
Are there any other like memorable moments like that people you've interviewed, celebs like that? Because that's crazy. If not, I mean, no big deal. But
no, it's funny because I feel like I've interviewed so many people. Like at this point, I feel like there's not one person. J-Lo, I haven't interviewed J-Lo. I would love to interview her, but I can't remember anything in specific. It's like one big blur.
Yeah.
I don't know. My memory is really bad also. I never remember anything ever, but.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, but that was for sure a moment.
So shout out to the Rams, right? Super Bowl champs, and you were spending the whole week there. How was that?
It was cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
They won. That's my home team now.
It's your home team?
I mean, call me fake, but everybody thinks that, like, if you're a Ram fan, you're like a bandwagoner because they're new to LA. But can I be honest with you? I rep anything LA. I'm loyal to my city. Like, if you want to call me a bandwagoner for being a Ram fan, like, all right. But anything LA, like, that's going to be my team.
Rams, Dodgers, that's all you.
Rams, Dodgers, Lakers.
Yeah. LA Lakers, LA Leakers.
So, LA Lakers. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what's the team here again? What's the football team here?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, the Seahawks.
Yeah, but they're going downhill now.
Not very impressive.
Whatever.
They're going downhill now. They just traded Russell Wilson, so yeah, it's.
Thank you, Russ.
Yeah. So, okay, who'd you guys go for, the Bengals or the Rams?
Bengals.
Ooh, Bengals.
Sorry.
Y'all are haters.
Joe Burr.
I was
Why
torn.
are you guys
Joe
haters,
Burrow.
though?
No, not haters.
I was torn because I'm a big OBJ fan.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cooper Kupp, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then also, like, how do you hate on Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's, man.
I like a young kid that has a shot at something huge. That was like my thing. I was like, this guy's like young in the league. Could like break records of like becoming the Super Bowl champ. And I was like, I would love to see that for him. Obviously, LA, I feel like they had like a really good team, so they were supposed to win. So I was,
I love that for us.
I wasn't mad though.
Shout out LA.
OBJ got his ring, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Even Eden, she's from Pasco, my best friend, and she was going for the Rams.
Go for the
She's
Rams.
an LA native now.
Yeah, she is.
She's been living there for 3 years, right?
She likes it.
Oh my gosh, she loves it.
So one thing, I mean, mental health, it's kind of a big thing. We don't have to dive too deep into it, but are there any people that you lean on, like a support system? Because you're busy, so family, friends, I don't know.
All the above.
All the above?
Yes. Okay. I don't know if it's just like an LA thing, but I feel like people in LA in general are like, we're all going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this industry. Okay, no, I want to say this industry, but like, I guess like what I dedicate myself to, and like, it could be very depressing because to a certain extent, you kind of feel disposable the minute you stop being successful or stop, whatever
Yeah.
like people want to describe it. It almost feels like people don't want to be your friend anymore. And maybe in other cities, it's just like you're genuinely friends because you're genuinely friends with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys are homies because you guys just connect and that's it. You're not using each other for anything.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, you constantly feel like, okay, maybe people only want to be friends with you for like certain reasons. And I'm like, imagine an actual celebrity that must feel like 20 times worse. Like I'm nowhere near that type of vibe, but you do feel it to a certain type of extent. So it does take a huge toll on your mental health. That's why I'm really slow at responding to people. Sometimes I just feel super drained and I'm like, okay, I need to like take a breather, just be like on my own or whatever. Yeah, so it's a huge thing in my life for sure. But I lean on friends like Edith, they're super genuine and they're like genuinely there for you. And people that understand where you're coming from. Like those are the people that for sure you lean on.
That's good. It's a fast life. So.
Do you have a mentor or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, Jay Cruz is definitely someone that I lean on. My manager is amazing. Salamon, he is there for me for sure. People that just understand what it's like to be in your type of situation. And then just being surrounded by people that they're maybe not in your situation, but they're just like, they kind of ground you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that's why I always say I'm down to move to a small town and just live with like my cows and my pigs and like be away from all this shit.
Well, let's get into that because you have a YouTube channel and you actually just purchased a van and that's going to be your living situation.
Yes.
So let's get into that a little bit. What have you done? What's that process? You want to travel? What are those plans looking like?
Yeah. So actually, I know you're super interested in that, right? Because you want to do van life too.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to live in a van, but I want to have one that I can go around for like a week and camp in,
and then
just
move back to your house.
different national parks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's like my goal. So I think when the pandemic hit, I lost my dream job. It was super traumatizing. I had my own night show on a reggaeton station in LA. It was doing super well. I had never been so happy. I'm like, everything that I've gone through led to this moment. And then the pandemic just came in and was like, nah. Yeah. Basically like psych.
Yeah.
And then, I was going through some like relationship issues also. I was very depressed. It was 2020 was a very rough year for me. And I had kind of seen van life videos on Instagram and YouTube. And I was like, at first I was like, I could never do that. And then it ended up being to like where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this shit. During the pandemic, I feel like everybody was reevaluating their life and all that. And then, I bought a van and I was like, I'm gonna live out of it. So that's like my next hopefully chapter is to live out of it and all that stuff. So
what's the status of that right now? I know we were talking about last night, but for the viewers and those listening, you put some insulation up, you put a fan, I think that's what you said. So you're making progress.
We're making progress, but because I'm building it myself and I have zero experience and I'm winging it at this point. Like every single step I'm like, okay, maybe this nail should go here.
That's dope.
It's a work in progress. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would, for sure.
What inspired you to do it yourself instead of just going out and like purchasing one already made, or
That's a good
paying
question.
someone to do it?
I DM'd someone and I was like, how much do you charge to build this? And he said $40,000. And I was like, I'm building this myself.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but honestly, for good reason. Like you have to think whoever's building in a van, you're building it to be sustainable, like to have a bathroom without plumage, to have a shower without like technical plumage. You're living in like a tin can, and it's freezing in there. So it's a lot. I feel like it's really intense compared to just building a house.
Yeah.
Because like a house, it's just stationary. In a van, you're like on the freeway and you're like skirt. Like everything is like moving. You know what I mean? You have to really like build it to where it's gonna last.
Not only that, it's limited to space. So like every square inch has to be used for something.
Exactly. Like every inch matters. Like you're planning for, okay, my closet is going to be like this much. Okay, you can hang like maybe 2 jackets in there. Your bathroom is going to be like this big. I don't know. You're planning for every little square inch, like you said. Yeah.
What's the like the dream final picture of it looking like?
Well, I want a bed. I need a shower. I need a bathroom. I need a stove, an oven. I want windows. I want to be able to look out, see the views. Like that's the point, I feel like, of van life. And then I built a skylight recently.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was cool.
that was a whole scary ass project on its own. I was tripping out the entire time.
That's a serious project, cutting the roof like that.
Yeah, like the funny part was I was posting stories live while I was doing it, and I was like, if I screw this up right now, this is so embarrassing. I'm gonna like ruin my like huge ass van right now. But I was like, fuck it. I'm very like whatever. Yeah. Let's just do the damn thing. And yeah, it ended up working out. I don't know how, by God's grace, it ended up working out. But I want my dream is to like be able to like be laying in my bed and like look up at the stars.
That's crazy.
Cool. Yeah.
What's your like dream? I know you said you want to travel to a few different spots throughout the country, but what's like your dream destination, number one on your list?
Probably Texas.
Texas?
Yeah, because I love country music. Nashville. I want to go to Chicago. I want to go to, all the national parks. Not Sequoia, though.
Not Sequoia?
No, not Sequoia.
Damn.
Edith knows why I don't want to go to Sequoia.
It's inside. Yeah, it's inside. That's the LA crew.
I'm traumatized by Sequoia National Park.
Are you going to take Edith with you on any of these trips?
Edith is going to live in there with me.
Oh, really? Breaking news. Work
She's
from home?
Work from
a WFH home. Lifestyle, that work from home lifestyle thing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we want to hit all, Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, Tahoe.
Oregon is beautiful. Probably my favorite state. Oregon and Washington.
And the whole, the gorge area.
Yeah. I went to the gorge last year. It is the most beautiful. Like, that's the perfect place to do van life. I feel like is Oregon.
I feel like it's big in the Northwest. A lot of people
do van life.
Into the van life for sure.
Yeah. So are you gonna do it or what?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah. I've been looking at buying a van for my business, like I was telling you earlier. So here in like the next year, I'll probably.
Okay. So what's your business? What's your business? Like just.
Well, essentially what we're doing now, I do videography.
Oh my God.
So that's where all this comes from for the podcast. So I do videography, and I did photography for a while, but now I'm just strictly videography.
That's literally perfect. Van life would be perfect. Have all your gear in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Travel. That's what I'm looking forward to, is like going to wherever in the country and not having to rent out an Airbnb. Parking outside the bar, getting lit, doing what I got to do. And then being like, okay, I'm going to go home. Right across the street.
There.
That's awesome.
Crashing across the street.
That's literally my dream.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a good time. You guys are welcome to join. Welcome to join the adventures.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hey, that'd be a cool podcast right there. Follow up with you when you're done. And then you and Jeff. You and Jeff,
Film
we'll get you a reserved parking spot. We'll talk to Joey and get a reserved parking spot.
I'm going to sleep here. I'm going to sleep right there in the parking lot.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
That's crazy.
Excited.
So what's your first destination you want to hit? Is it Texas?
Probably Texas. I love Houston. I love Dallas. I love Nashville. I love the national parks as well. Probably hit some of those. Honestly, I'm honestly wherever the wind blows. I want to go to like those small towns that nobody has ever heard of. Like walk into a dive bar and just vibe out.
Yeah,
see what the vibes are.
We were talking about yesterday. You can. LA is just such a fast-paced lifestyle, and you mentioned it earlier. You don't know who's in it for the real relationship development or who's just trying to use you. But you go to those dive bars, you're gonna meet some unique individuals, have some authentic conversations.
I can't wait. I get emotional just thinking about it. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna meet someone, and the first question they ask is not gonna be, "So what do you do?"
Yeah, exactly.
That's always your first question in LA.
Honestly, to a certain extent, yeah.
Really?
Like, yeah. Well, I don't want to say that because you know what? The thing about LA is like the people that are native born to LA, everybody's super chill. There's so much more to LA than that. Okay.
Yeah.
There's everything. You have your hardworking people. You have everything in LA. Like it's so diverse and beautiful. But the reason why I'm talking about LA the way that I do is because I'm in that type of industry. So I am around that. Like the influencer, people and stuff. And they're still beautiful people. I just think like, I don't know, you have to surround yourself with other types of people. And I definitely like try to do that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because But honestly, native born LA people, they have my heart. They're amazing. Yeah. LA is the best city in the world. That's home.
The van life will be a good change for you. Change of pace.
I think it'll be fun. I think it'll definitely make me more cultured.
Oh, yeah.
Being around other types of people.
You'll get a lot more experiences.
Yeah.
Outside of LA
So have you guys been to LA?
I have a couple times. Yeah, Santa Monica, especially. We actually had a bachelor party there for one of our boys.
Experience.
Damn, how was that? How was the bachelor party?
It was fun. It was fun. It's a bachelor party, so it's fun.
You're like, I'm not gonna say too much, but
it's fun.
We got lit.
Yeah.
Santa Monica's cool. I like Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's dope. And then I've been to LA and downtown and a couple clubs like downtown and stuff like that.
Did you like it?
It's all right. I mean, it's good to visit.
See, he didn't like it.
I haven't been.
That's his nice way of saying it was shit.
No, it's not shit. I just haven't been there enough and to experience it and have like a local. Like if I was with a local or somebody that's been there established for, I don't know, a few years at least, rather than the touristy stuff, then I feel like I'd have a deeper appreciation. Yeah. So that's a whole nother day. So I mean,
yes, you and your wifey come through. Me and Edith will take you out.
Yeah.
It'll be a time and a half. We'll take you to like the local spots, not like the touristy spots, because LA is lit. Like there's so many like hidden gems in LA that the food is amazing. The Mexican food.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
The Mexican food there.
What was that taco truck we hit? Do you remember it?
Oh, it was outside a club, Exchange. Have you guys been out there?
Exchange, downtown LA.
Because they have a lot of EDM. We were talking about that last night. So
we went there for EDM.
True. They had like a line. It was before actually the Hard Festival out there. So it was a day before. And we checked out some people. But there was a really good taco truck. I can't remember. This was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Damn, Exchange.
That's the last time we were there.
What's LA like post pandemic, I guess you could say?
Oh, it's popping. I think like everywhere is like people were just so sick and tired of being home because it was so depressing. Because LA was like mass mandate. Like it was very. It's not like Florida. You know what I mean? Like LA is like the opposite of Florida.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, like right now, everybody's just trying to be out. I think right after pandemic ended, everybody was trying to be out. So the clubs were like this, and they still are, I want to say. But yeah.
Everything's open now, right? And the mask mandate was lifted recently. Is that correct?
I didn't know that until yesterday because I walked in with my mask and Edith was like, "Why are you wearing your mask?" And I was like, "What do you mean? They're going to yell at me." She's like, "No." Yeah.
I know you're off camera.
Gonna come stay?
But you can hop on real quick if you want.
Take Jeff's spot.
Jeff's
come hop on. You guys are gonna meet my best friend. She's from here.
Well, that's why I wanted to get into that a little bit. So
she's been knowing Bailey longer than I have.
That's right.
Yeah, we go way back.
That's right. And then we have some mutual friends too, so that's kind of crazy from WSU days.
You're friends with her roommates.
Yeah, Anthony Mello and OCL. So. I haven't talked to them in a while, but shout out you guys. You know, we were dope at WSU, so we got to know you at Rogers dorm. So that was cool. But so how did you guys meet? Because you're a local, Tri-City's local. But how did you guys meet in LA?
I used to live with an old roommate. Her name is Paola, and she used to work for Forever 21, and that's how you met her.
Yeah, right? I did like a I don't want to say modeling. No, it was like Forever 21 had invited me out for like this thing. And she was working there. I became friends with her.
Yes, and then one night you invited her out, and she brought me along. And she was actually our neighbor.
Oh, really?
I live like one block down from them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Like we could walk to each other's houses, and we would all the time.
Yeah.
In all of LA.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she lived like one block down from me. And then we ended up just super clicking. Yeah. I was like, she's crazy. She's crazy.
She's crazy.
I'm crazy. Like... Yeah, let's hang out.
What year was this?
2 years ago?
Right before the pandemic hit.
Okay.
Fun fact. Way before the pandemic hit.
Oh, the first
Forever
time we
21
met,
was way before the pandemic hit.
But then when we actually started hanging out, like...
when
we really started hanging out, she actually celebrated my 1 year anniversary with me, which was the last event we did
right before
the pandemic hit.
Oh, shoot.
And then, now we just celebrated your 3rd year.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then you want to just cover, highlight what you do real quick?
Yeah.
We're just curious. I mean, you hopped on, so
show off.
A couple of us know what you do, but
okay, so I moved to LA because I love fashion and I wanted to be in the fashion industry and model a little bit. But my day job, I'm in HR, human resources.
Yeah.
Hey. Love a responsible team. Queen.
I'm like an onboarding specialist, so I get to onboard everybody that goes into the company. I'm essentially the face of the company.
Yeah.
I'm the first person you meet. So that's pretty cool. It's a vet clinic. It's really bougie. And
really
it's growing. It's awesome.
Do you have these same feelings about LA as Jess?
Oh yeah. That's my home. Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my home. I don't see myself ever coming back here.
Oh,
LA is
really?
the best.
Yeah.
Dang.
We love LA. If you're around the right people, you find the right people that like humble you, make you feel good, then you're gonna be just fine.
I honestly feel really blessed because I've met so many amazing people that are legit my family. I just went through like a very traumatic experience, and I have everybody there supporting me. Like, I don't even have to go home. Like, I
good.
go to anybody's house and they take care of me.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's true.
That is a big blessing.
Yeah.
LA has everything you can imagine if you just find the right group of friends. You know what I mean? Like LA, the thing about LA is it is very hustle culture, and that's what I love about it, because I love to hustle. I love to work. You have great weather. You have every type of culture, every type of vibe, whatever you're looking for. The EDM vibe, you want the paisa vibe, you want the reggaeton vibe, you want the dive bar vibe. You have everything in LA.
Yeah.
If you find the right people, you will love it there.
That's awesome.
love it
So
there,
you guys got a good foundation, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, we have like the best group of girlfriends. We're all like hustlers. We love to work. We love to go out. You know,
yeah, have a good
I think
time.
it's all about balance in this life. You can't be a little bit of too much of
Yeah.
one thing. You can't be too much of hustle, because then you lose out on living life. You
Yeah.
can't be too
Exactly.
much living life, because then you're not gonna make money.
Yeah, no,
you gotta live.
Yeah, you gotta live.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, that's this is kind of off topic actually, but Kim Kardashian's been in the news, right? Because she was talking about like do the work, like get up and like just basically bust your ass to like get stuff done, and like people are obviously everyone's gonna have like their own opinion, like she's just there because she had a popular video back in the day, but also she's like ran like all these businesses like Skims and all these different I don't know what else actually. See, I know Skims. I'm not gonna pretend like I know her whole
I just know the
portfolio.
I mean, but you gotta admit they do have an advantage.
Yeah, well, it's also like also like we were talking about like networking. I'm sure like growing up, like her father was popular, right? Or, like he was a pretty popular lawyer, but she probably met someone, right, that was a good designer and was nice. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. It's just, what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about like
Like Kim K.
No, just like I guess,
Her thought process behind why she said what she said.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She's like, I have some business advice.
Yeah.
Go to, what'd she say? Go to work. Nobody wants to put in the
Get
work.
your ass up and work. That's what she said.
Oh, that's
Okay.
the quote?
Well, surrounding yourself too, she mentioned. Surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded, right? That want to like put in the work too.
Look, you are who you hang out with, like bottom line.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, like your friends will rub off on you. Like if all your friends want to do is just drink and party, it's going to rub off on you.
Yeah.
If your friends are talking about investments and, that's the type of conversations you're going to be having. So I definitely agree with her on that.
Yeah.
You got to surround yourself with the type of people you want to be.
And you want to elevate each other.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And in regards to like the hustle culture, I think she got a lot of shit for that, because there's people that will hustle their entire lives. Think of farm workers, think of essential workers, think of people that are maybe they don't have documentation in the US. They will work harder than anybody in Hollywood. They wake up every day and they're in the sun. They're doing the humble work that we need in this country to survive. And you know what? They're not making even a fraction of what she's gonna make to do like a photo shoot. So I
Yeah,
think that's why she got so much flack for it. But I think I can appreciate the fact that this woman built an empire just off their personalities. How many people get reality shows and they won't do 1/10 of what she's accomplished in her life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she is a star in that sense. But yeah, it is. I'm sure there's people watching that being like, bro, I work so much and I will never make like a fraction of what you make. And I think that's why she got so much shit for that.
I get that too, but also I think like it's like there's no benefit to like discrediting someone. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like someone's in a position. Like, how do you benefit from discrediting? So I don't know. I was just curious.
You felt like she discredited other people, or she was discredited?
She was discredited. I mean, whatever, it is what it is, whatever her path was. But it's just like you're not going to get to the place that you probably want to get if you're spending your time, talking someone, downplaying someone else.
That's how people are. That's why social media, like everybody's a hater on there.
Toxic.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
You could do anything on social media and they will call you out for it.
Like Jessica gets some comments sometimes, and I'm like, damn.
I know. Oh my God. I'm like, damn. It's
Crazy.
true. Yeah.
So another thing we wanted to get into, so the 30 Under 30 Hispanic Executive Magazine, correct?
Listen to this man. This is a man who's done his research.
Hey,
okay,
just doing a little bit.
This is an educated man. I love that for you. Not everybody does that.
I appreciate it. But let's talk. Okay, a little
He's
clap.
he's engaged.
Can we give him a little clap?
Oh,
No.
I appreciate it.
No, my God, we love Amber.
Mariah.
Okay.
No, we love Amber too.
Amber's?
No, honestly, he was telling
funny.
us yesterday because we did grab dinner, like all of us, just to meet.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
I appreciate
He was
it.
telling me how he proposed to her. I'm like, damn, I'm so single out here, huh? You
It'd
know,
be like that.
It'd be like that. I'm very happy
Everybody's
for
got
you
their
guys.
own story though, so it's all good. You guys are living your best life.
I'm so excited
it's
for you
all good.
guys.
No, I appreciate
Beautiful couple. Beautiful couple.
it. Yeah, 30 under 30. You know,
Yes.
let's talk about that.
Yes, my voice is all gone. Yes, it was fun for sure.
How did that play out? Was it you know, we talked about the Nickelodeon award that kind of just came out of the blue. Was this kind of something similar, or did you expect it? What did it entail? Like
How did you get nominated and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea.
No idea?
No, I do have an idea. So my friend Roman, he nominated me. He was on the board for Hispanic Executive Magazine, and
Okay.
there's hundreds of people that get nominated for this thing. You
Okay.
know, like incredible people that are just killing it in their respective industries. It's not even just media. It's like tech. It's a little like doctors. There's people that are just killing it in general. And he's like, I nominated for you for this. I'm gonna vote for you, but you know the chances are slim pickings to actually
It's
get
only 30
it.
people, so.
Yeah, you know. And so I was like, okay. So I didn't hold my breath. Just being nominated was like an honor on its own, and I was like, okay. And then it got narrowed down to I think 30 people. No, sorry, 100 people, and then 50 people.
Okay.
And then when I got to the 50 people, he was like, damn, like you made the cut for 50 people. There's one more cut. We'll see what happens. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to get it. Like,
Yeah.
And then finally he was like, Jess, he called me, you're 30 under 30. And I started crying. I started crying over the phone. And I was like, oh my God, like this is what all the hard work like led to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was such a surreal moment because you go through so much. You go through like a lot of ups and downs. Like this industry, the industry that I chose is just so, it can be really depressing sometimes.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it can be really, so just to be in that situation was such an honor.
That's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
congrats to you. I think
Thank
that
you.
was that within the last couple years or?
It was the last couple months.
Last couple
Probably
months,
not even
okay.
half a year. Yeah.
Okay, half a year.
Yeah.
So my research wasn't A+, but maybe like A-.
No,
because I didn't get the year
you're
right.
still
but-
A+. You're still A+. You're killing it.
There's something I always tell whenever anybody meets Jessica. I'm like, there's nothing she can't do.
Yeah,
like she can do it all, and it's amazing
Yeah.
because your soul is so beautiful too that you just deserve it all. Honestly,
Girl,
Yeah.
you gonna make me cry at 10 a.m.
Yeah, let's cry at 10
I
a.m.
love this.
We're gonna start
Sad
like
girl
tearing
hours.
up. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no, you're super humble. I met you obviously last night, but you know, Bailey brought you in, and with you and Edith, and yeah, you've made an impression for sure on all of us. So super humble. The LA
heart.
life's fast and
My
crazy, and you know, you've kind of set your own path and your own lane in that industry. So yeah, kudos to
Yes.
you.
Anybody that's watching this, if you come to LA, if you're a podcast watcher,
Off-Flight podcast.
off-light podcast watcher, you're fam. We'll
Fam.
take you out. We'll get you
Fam.
lit.
Fam.
Hey,
Hey.
shots o'clock. Shots o'clock.
Yeah, heck yeah. So these guys are going to
Yes.
open up soon, but I want to get
Yes.
through one more story.
Okay,
So
which one?
Steve Aoki, I
Okay.
saw that on your Instagram.
Yes.
So how is he? Because he's a party goer.
Oh, he's a party
And
goer,
He's
for sure.
crazy. I've seen him on a lot of different podcasts,
Yeah.
and people post pictures with him because he's got a crazy pad. I don't know where you met him, but
Yeah.
how was that interaction? Because he's a legend in the dance music industry. So
He's incredible. I met
Yeah.
him when I was working at Musical.ly, which is now TikTok.
Yep.
I did a campaign with him. He is, oh my God, his team. Shout out Mike the Connect, one of my really good friends, which is his tour manager.
okay.
Steve has always been very humble with me. I can't sit here and say I'm homies with him at all.
Yeah. No, that's
If he saw me, he'd be like, "Hi, nice to meet you."
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
But he's always been very humble and nice, and I've interviewed him a couple times, and yeah, I mean, he's a true professional.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I can't say that about every artist I've interviewed.
Yeah.
He's one of those that like I think he has longevity because of how humble and nice he is and how he treats people.
For sure.
The way that you see him in podcasts, like every time he meets me, he never remembers me, but I'm like, nice to meet you. He's super just down to earth and like, I don't know. He's
meeting so many people day in, day out,
tour
life. He's not going to remember anybody's
That's why I don't take it personal. I'm like, nice to meet you, Steve, for like the 5th time.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
I understand. He meets like a billion people every single day. But he's a sweetheart. His manager, again, like I said, Mike, and he's sweet as well. His whole entire team is amazing.
That's cool. Yeah. Steve Aoki, he's a legend. So I just kind of want to bring that up.
You're a fan?
Yeah. He's been around, like you said, the longevity. His foundation. So hearing somebody that's met him firsthand, it's kind of just kind of surreal and cool in that aspect.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
Be nice, be humble, and you will last in this business. Other than that,
you heard it here first.
You'll get kicked to the curb real quick.
Takeaways for sure.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks. These guys are gonna open up soon, but hey, we really appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Edith as well. So we thank you for coming on.
My
and hope
sister.
you guys enjoy the rest of your time in Tri-Cities. I know you guys will be here for another day or two, something like that.
Catch us at what's it called, Jackson's?
Oh, is that where you guys?
Joker.
Jokers. Oh, you guys are going for Salsa Saturday or?
Hey, meet us at Salsa Saturdays at Jokers.
And we're gonna be there. House for birria.
Yeah, we're gonna have birria at Edith's house tonight. Everybody that is a part of this podcast is welcome. And get ready to take shots.
Dope. Hey, awesome. Well, hey, we'll check in with you guys after this. But hey, thanks everybody for tuning in to the Off Flight Podcast. Remember to if you guys come into Flight Tap and Table, mention the Off Flight Podcast, that you listen, subscribe. You'll get 10% off your full order. Take advantage of that. That's dope. Also, check out these hoodies. Let us know what you think of the merch, Bailey.
Get the merch.
Vanna White on here. Turn around. Yep.
Damn,
that's fresh.
look at this model.
Fresh. Let us know what you guys think of that. If you guys shoot us a DM on Instagram, show us that you guys are subscribed to the YouTube page, Instagram as well. And yeah, once we figure out and finalize our printing situation, we'll pick somebody random, get a free sweatshirt, rock it throughout Tri-Cities.
Let's go, baby.
We're gonna keep it running it up.
We'll drip you out.
Definitely. So thanks for tapping in. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.